The only way around paying a buyer's agent is to skip the buyer's agent, and that is to go directly to the listing agent, who does not represent you, represents the seller. That's possibly called dual agency. That's been going on forever anyway. So a lot of people think they don't have the money, they don't want to spend the money. They'd rather go to a listing agent. They think they're sophisticated themselves. They'd rather spend that commission on improvements to the house, painting, furniture, and getting the place up to what they want. So there's going to happen there. Now that's really the reason for this entire session, where lenders should have no faith that buyers are going to sign these agreements. And I hear that I'm wrong, and I want to give you two things. So the status quo is that buyers are signing these agreements. I've come across it myself. And the reason why they're signing these agreements is because they're being assured that culture and equity and sellers are still interested in paying buyers agents commission, and they are. So we have two things that are going on. Sellers are paying just like before. Before there was on MLS, now it's just pursuant to an individual agreement. Sellers are paying, so business is as usual. So your buyers agents are safe, so they can still make referrals. That's number one. Number two, we're only talking about a really, really short amount of time. This happened August 17th. It's not even December 17th. That's 4 months. I throw out 3 or 4 weeks in there because it's summer, vacation, back to school. We're talking about the first week of September. So we're talking about just around 3 months right now. We just had a turkey holiday, and we have Christmas holidays and all the holidays coming up. So when we get to New Year's Day, we're going to have about 3, what I call qualified months, to see what's going on. In those 3 months, properties were listed, they were marketed. We don't know how offers were negotiated, but we don't still know. And sometimes in some states it takes 2 or 3 months, or at least 1 to 2. So these are brand new cases of first impression. We don't know what's going on, and I don't even know how statistics are being compiled. So right now, there's been a tiny period of time, and really nothing has changed. That's why no lenders are scared. But I'm here to tell you that 2 factors are in place. One, the government just came out last week and said decoupling is necessary. We're not going to stop any investigations. We're not going to stop enforcement. And signing this agreement between 2 private parties, NAR and these people, does not insulate you from liability. So why would you think that this practice is going to continue when the United States government says they don't want it to continue? That's number one. Number two, I think sellers are going to say, wait a minute, Sally wants 2%. And Mary wants 4%, I'm going to go with Sally for the 2%. I'm going to double my profit. I'm going to save on that. That's tax-free income, capital gains tax exemption. And if it's $1 million, I just saved myself $20,000. I think Sally, my listing agent, is good enough to negotiate with this buyer. They're not this sophisticated. Sally's dynamite. I would tell Sally, I'm going to pay you 2%, and I really don't want to pay 4%. So try to get the buyers. We're going to get a lot of direct. I would prefer to hear from them. So save me the $20,000. And if you think about it, each realtor is getting 2, whether they ask for 2 or they ask for 4, they're getting 2. So I think that market forces are going to say, sellers are going to say, I don't want to pay when I don't have to. This is the first time the sellers don't have to pay right now. So I think that's going to happen. And there's